Joining this webinar about social media and influencers. So I think, Leonard, you need to be a bit further. Thank you. So I've invited Leonard from Malaysia to talk about social influencers because I think he has a very valuable experience to share with us. And also, let me just stop 2 minutes to make sure I record it, because I forgot every time. Here we are. Okay, so why do I believe that social influencers is so important? If you remember, I made a touchpoint mapping in January, and the numbers are quite eye-opening. We invest a lot into social media. Actually, 72% of our campaigns have social media included. No, this relates to only 5.5% of the global media spend. So it means that actually we do lots of activities, but very small activities with very low reach and very low impact. We are really active. If I look at the number of accounts, we have, let me just get my charts. We have 459 global accounts. So spread across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, for just the six global brands. You can add on top at least 200 global local brand accounts. Okay, so for the local brands. So we are massively investing in terms of resources, efforts, and content into social media. No, I'm not sure that we are making the right choices, because I doubt that we have a good return and scale in everything we do. And that's because very often we try to do everything on our own. So we want to leverage the branded account. And what I suggest you is to look externally and try to find the influencers who can actually bring us reach. That's where the experience from Leonard in Malaysia can really help us. And let me hand over to him so that he explain us his experience. Leonard, thank you.
Thank you, Michel.
Yeah.
Right, hi. Good afternoon from Malaysia. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are able to see me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I believe you guys can.
No, we don't see you.
All right.
We just see the background.
Hold on. Okay, how's everyone doing? So greetings from Malaysia, and I hope you guys are doing okay in everywhere across the world. I hope you guys are staying safe and well. It's crazy what's going on right now. We are also having the second lockdown, and slowly we are softening it so far. So I'll just speak while the team is trying to sort out the technical screen issue. I think my computer got a bit laggy. So yes, so thank you so much to Michelle for inviting me to speak about the topic of, does influencer marketing really work? Because I believe a lot of markets are slowly getting into influencer, and you're wondering, now you see me, if you're wondering, hey, does influencer really work? Does influencer only work for a certain type of product or certain market? But I guess, you know, Malaysia has done some work, and we hope that what we have learned will be able to be beneficial to you. So the few topics that we'll be covering today will be overview on influencer marketing landscape. Secondly, we'll also cover on the type of influencers. Thirdly, on choosing the right influencer. And then I'll also be touching a bit on building an influencer marketing strategy, influencer marketing case study that Malaysia has done, which we are looking forward to sharing a bit about what we have done. And last but not least will be the types of agency and technology that we are using, and perhaps some of the markets that you may have it, that you can also use it. So let's get straight into business. I'll show you some slides now. So yes. Okay, so here's what you need to know. Influencer marketing is an investment, and to get it right, you have to devote time and to ensure that you find the right influencer to promote content that will be that will appeal to your target market. So, and that's very important. So here's what I want to present to you on the bird's eye view of the entire influencer marketing landscape. So with the rise of social media platforms, brands have cottoned onto the fact that influential individuals, such as influencer, or you call them creators, Insta celebs, have enormous persuasive power over those potential customers. So take a second and think about this. If people hate ads so much, why do they love influencer? See, why does influencer marketing even work on smart consumers? The short answer is this. It's the presentation, and for brands, the value of the sponsored content you get from influencer, it's all in the delivery, the timing, and also the context. Okay? So here's some statistics to show the value of influencer marketing. This is a recent survey done by HubSpot. HubSpot is also one of the largest and renowned marketing software in the world. So they did this survey recently. 80% of the marketers said that influencer marketing is effective, and 89% say it works just as well, if not better, than other marketing channels. 49% of the consumers today rely on influencer recommendation. I mean, I'm not sure about you, but I do sometimes follow my favorite influencers and see what they're into, where they eat, and I end up going to that place to eat, or what they buy, or the shirts they wear, and I end up buying it. So 49% of consumers today rely on influencer recommendation for their purchase, and 60% say that they have been influenced by a recommendation when shopping in store. And the top 3 goals of influencer marketing for business include increasing brand awareness, that's 85% of them, reaching new audience, 71% of them, and generating sales and conversion, 64% of them. Now, whether influencer marketing is effective or not, I guess at the end of the day, it lies in having a clear strategy, how you want to use to the best of your advantage. Choose the right influencers that fit your brand and needs. But remember, influencer, it is just one of the mediums and channels in the marketing mix. And every channel will serve its different purpose. So the influencer marketing model categorizes influencer into 3 categories: the creators, the distributors, and narrators. Now we're just gonna go touching a bit about the basics, so that for those market who are new, so you'll be able to understand when you brief your agency or when you're trying to get into influencer marketing, you'll understand it better. So creators are influencers who may not have a digital or social following within a brand's target group, but their value exchange is creativity. These individuals engage to co-create quality, authentic, and also meaningful content for the brand to leverage across their channel and as part of the campaign. The distributors, on the other hand, are influencers who have built a level of online equity, and they hold a social celebrity status among their followers. They can easily access and engage an audience that a brand wants to engage. So on the category, the last category, which are the narrators. So the narrators are basically the ones who the KOLs who just pretty much do their posting and just increasing the brand message and also the messages of your promotional and etc. Now, when it comes to tiers, okay, these various categories, okay, let me just bring that up. So there are various categories of influencers. So we call it tiers. So starting from the nano with 1,000 followers to 10,000, the micro 10,000 to 50,000, the mid tier 50,000 to 500,000, the macro 500,000 and above, and the mega stars with 1 million and beyond. Just like your Justin Bieber, your Ariana Grande, and etc. So, but don't get too caught up, the category, or the tiers. But generally, just want you to understand these so that it's a mix and match at the end of the day. So, to speak to the right audience, you may want to look into specialists, the niche, or certain interest-based influencers. For example, I listed here, we have business, fitness, music, acting, travel influencer, sports influencer, and etc. So remember, at the end of the day, it's always a combination of these. But having these 3 pillars...
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you. Can you get closer to the microphone? Because the sound is a bit weak.
Okay, can you hear?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Don't know where the song is coming from. But thanks, Michelle, for highlighting that. So now let's get into the topic of choosing influencer. Strategic influencer marketing involves a marketing plan that utilizes individuals who have ability to focus their attention and also affect decision to a specific target market, achieving a long-term brand goal, or either positioning, sales, or awareness. So different goals are enabled by different kinds of influencer. So this is because different kind of influencer deliver different things for brands. So let's look into it. Who and how when it comes to finding the right influencer. So take for example, these are 2 of 1664 Blanc influencer, Malaysia Engage. So macro influencer are basically famous people, either celebrities or social media personalities. Macro influencer is like it reach much larger and often very aspirational audience. They are the sweet spot between the micro and the mega star influencers. So often have large yet engaged audience and work well for brands looking to advertise to a specific specialization. So the niche, the interest group. So if you're trying to target a certain audience but still want to target the masses, macro influencer would be your best bet. So it is an opportunity to reach an incredible large audience in a short space of time. So it is also more time saving. So working with a handful of macro influencer versus many micro influencers. So however, the disadvantages, sorry, I'm not sure that didn't came out earlier on. So however, the disadvantages of this macro are that they can be rigid because they're usually managed by talent managers or agency who tend to be professional in their dealings. You know, we have instances that we need to deal through agency or their manager is just a bit painful. So they already have set terms and conditions which, you know, the brands are expected to adhere to. So you won't get to control the copy of their caption or direction of the videos too much. Now, on the other hand, we have the micro influencers. Now, these micro influencers are known for being topic experts. Since they really know the subject and are passionate about it, they have gained credibility and also a very loyal audience. So with this tier, those smaller audiences feel much closer to that influencer than they would to a celebrity. So as a result, their followers can easily relate to them and trust their opinion as they would follow the advice of a friend or their neighbor. So they will usually go the extra mile to create high quality content, not only produced, but relatable to ordinary people like you and I. So, but one of the disadvantages is that it is very time consuming. So to achieve result, you need to work with a large pool of micro influencer. This means that you need to communicate with all of them and see the different approaches that you need to take to achieve a desired results. Now, when it comes to the strategy, let's dive into how you can actually create an influencer marketing strategy for your brand. And this strategy will allow you to actually manage all aspects of the relationship with the influencer, and it will also ensure that you're successful in helping to achieve your campaign goals. So, okay, let's take a look at this chart. So to begin building a strategy, consider the brand or campaign goals first. I guess all of us are familiar with this. So are you looking to increase brand awareness, brand imagery, reach, or traffic? Or are you looking to increase conversion and sales? So reach, relevance, resonance. So regardless of which type of influencer you work with, your target audience will remain the same. So different influencers may have different ways of connecting with your audience, but ultimately our business overall marketing goals and also the buyer personas don't change. So consider the influencer's audience, right? Because they must be the same one that you are trying to reach. If the influencer audience is niche, then go for a micro influencer. If an influencer audience is, let's say, fashion and style, you know, enthusiasts, for example, and a brand like 1664 Blanc is about elegance, premiumness, then you might want to focus on micro or macro influencer who has that kind of audience. So based on the slide 7 that I shared earlier on the category, the tiers, the specialization, you should be able to determine which type of influencer will work best for your brand's goal or target audience. So let's cover some other important things to consider when finding for influencer that's a good fit for your brand and campaign. So ask yourself, and also the influencer, the following question is like, perhaps, does this influencer and his or her lifestyle fit my brand image? Or have they worked with any of our competitors, which is very important. Take for example, just 2 weeks ago, we are very keen to work with now the all-famous Nigel Ng, or some of you known him as Uncle Roger, the one that cooks up and do egg fried rice on YouTube. So we are looking, because he came back to Malaysia and we wanted to work with him, but our competitor was very quickly and snatched him, and the video just went up yesterday. So that was a missed opportunity. So some other question that you can ask is also, has this influencer actually consumed any of our category or products before? Because the best advantage is that if they are a drinker, then it makes it a lot easier, and they love the brand, they love the product, that would be easier. So the fourth step to developing a brand or campaign message, we need to determine what content our influencer should and should not publish. So including details about our brand voice, taglines, and language so that they can remain on brand with their content. Malaysia being a semi-dark market, we are very careful with our communication. So we actually gone through many stages of review. We do send out a brief of the do's and don'ts, for example, the angle of their bottles or how they position themselves, not having our product while they're taking a photo in the cars and things like that. So and some of the metrics to measure and track would include things like engagement rate. So when it comes to KOL, apart from the numbers of followers, the reach and all that, I guess I personally prefer to measure the effectiveness of the engagement rate. Basically, that includes the likes, the comments, the share, the reshares, or whatsoever. So reach is also important. How many people are actually seeing the content, the particular post that our influencer is posting up? Perhaps if you have objectives to drive traffic to e-commerce, clicks and conversion will be important. So create a UTM link to a landing page and integrate it with Instagram swipe up feature. That would be ideal. So you create a UTM link, you send to your agency or send to the KOL. Before they do the swipe up, they include the link into the swipe up so that in your Google Analytics or your Lazadas of the world, you'll be able to know that the influencer campaign has indeed brought in X number of traffic into the marketplaces. All right. So now let's take a look at some of our case study that Malaysia has done. So in April 2020, 1664 Blanc, we signed 9 Malaysian influencers to building brand awareness through the respective social media platforms. So in just 6 months, this is not the most up-to-date, we have achieved 488,000 in reach and also close to 16% in engagement rate. And Malaysia went into the lockdown last March. We signed them on beginning of the year, and our amplification was heavily dependent on influencer and amplifying influencers' activity because people can't go out, so we just rely heavily on them, and that led to a plus 11% in the brand awareness versus 2019 in the brand health tracker. And the latest result just came back comparing the latest wave comparing with the wave 2 of 2020. We also gained a plus 7%. So that's good results. Now, how do we choose our ambassador of good taste? So I just try to make it simple. I came out with this. ABC. A stands for association. So associating the genre of content which best represent our brand. B stands for brand identity. Choose the individuals who personifies our brand identity. Later I'll share with you how we did that. C stands for communities. So the size of their communities and how engaging they are. Now, to further strengthen our association with premium characteristic, the refinement and sophistication. So we work with KOL who are associated with brands who share similar characteristics. So for example here, we have 4 KOL, Venice, Josh, Brian, and Natalie. So Venice, if you were to go into her Instagram profile, it's there, her Instagram handle, you guys can check it out later on. You'll be able to see that she works a lot with luxury brands. Same goes for Josh, Brian, and also Natalie. And we thought it would be nice that eventually, Blanc is also associated and being seen, being part of all these premium brands as well. So I want to show you some videos that we have worked with the KOL. And this video is very interesting because we just told them, hey, we want you to create a brand love video. You are to interpret the brand and incorporate the brand traits into your day-to-day that you best resonates with. So I would like to take this opportunity to show you 2 of the videos that we did for Blanc with the KOLs. So we'll start off with the first video by Bernice. So here goes.
We don't have any sound.
Oh, no sound? Okay, never mind. You can just watch this first. We will try to bring the sound back for the... So just imagine cool music playing at the background. That's the beautiful skyline of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Since we can't travel, so I hope this video kind of give you a glimpse of Malaysia. Yeah, so that would be one of the videos that's being done by the influencers. I'll share this link later on to Michelle so that Michelle can also share it with you. Meantime, we also work with our second KOL, whose name is Josh Chua. So Josh Chua, he's a renowned violin player in Malaysia. So he spends a lot of time and a lot of performing at luxury events like Hugo Boss and Chanel and etc. So before I play the video, so let me just check with the team if we are good with the audio. So team, are we good with the audio? Should be. They tell me should be. So let's give it a roll. If there's no audio, then we'll stop. We'll move on to the next slide. So let's roll the second video. Okay, the second video is not rolling. Okay, it's rolling now. Can you guys hear it? Michelle, can you hear it?
No audio.
No audio? Okay, no worries. Let's give the video a pause. Very strange because I can hear the audio from my end, so not sure what's going on. So I'll send this link. So, yep, no worries. Thank you. I think something going on with the cable and etc. No worries. So, when you're recruiting the right influencer who resonate with characteristics and values of the brand, they will grow to love the brand and able to interpret the brand in their own creative ways. And that's when magic happens. So just now I'm just trying to show you some of the video where how they personify it. So no worries, I believe there will be recording of this and we'll include a link so that when the deck is being sent to you, you'll be able to re-watch the video. Okay? Now, moving on, we also did a campaign recently for Summersby, which is the Ice and Dice Challenge. And we also engaged KOL to roll out some more tactical promotional messages through very creative interpretation from their videos. So since there's no audio, so I won't proceed into playing those video, but we will send it across to you guys so you guys can have a better view and a better experience about it when you watch it with audio. So, but long story short is that, for example, on the left we have Mark. So we engage Mark. He's a TV presenter. He also makes a lot of parody video, very humorous videos that is super engaging. So when we did our Ice and Dice Challenge last year, we engaged him to roll out a campaign. Basically, him doing the Ice and Dice Challenge and how refreshing is Summersby. And same goes in the recent Chinese New Year. We just came back from Chinese New Year festivities, and we had a great celebration where we actually engaged one of the top content creators in Malaysia, the lady in the red dress. Her name is Jen. She's called So I'm Jen. You can see her Instagram handle at the top left corner of the video. Go check out her videos. Basically, what they did was they mimic how capturing the real life scenarios where she and the boyfriend has to take a lot of picture before they get it perfect, and then they also consume Somersby in between that. And just within 24 hours, you can see the numbers there. It reaches close to 200,000 in terms of reach, and that was pretty incredible just within 24 hours. And the video was very engaging. So what we did through the posting was she actually gave out 10 cartons of Somersby, but with just 10 cartons of Somersby, there was actually about close to 1,000 comments. So that was very effective. I guess it's content plus the right media platform plus also giveaway. Malaysia, we love free stuff. Yeah. So this would be the 4 videos that I was hoping to share with you initially, but unfortunately, some cable problem. So moving on to the next slides, which is also my last slide. So here are some of the leading agencies which have presence in a few countries in different regions. So there are discovery tool, which are the tools that enable marketers to discover who are the key influencers in a certain topics. There are also outreach tools where enable you to see who are your brand influencers who talk about you in the digital space. So influencer marketing platforms are basically agency who enables you to search, to book, to brief, and also to track the influencer's performance. So think of it as like a marketplace of influencer, an Uber or Airbnb of influencer. Now, I'm not familiar with your market, but you can just forward this slide to initiative, and perhaps some of these brands are have presence in your local market, and you'll be able to go into that. My advice is for you to talk to initiative, to engage some influencer marketing platforms. So they are usually platforms who already have an X number of pool of influencers there for you to choose from, for you to engage and to track the influencers post performance. All right. So here are some of the influencer marketing agency technology that we use. So for example, we kind of co-developed this with one of the agency called Komachi, where in the beginning of the year I challenged them, hey, I said, why not, you create, since Carlsberg is spending so much money, can you create a dashboard where we can access and we are able to look at all our past campaigns, and we are able to kind of do a comparison on our own, or we want to pull some data and we can do it very quickly. And then they roll out, not just for Carlsberg, but also for the brand. Should have charged them for this. So as for Ep2 also, you can see some of these reporting format. Basically, it's all a dashboard. So you don't have to rely for KOL or influencer to screenshot their insights and send it to you via screenshot. Everything can be tracked in real time. Yep. So I come to an end of my presentation. So I hope you gain something or you learn something from this. I would pass this time back to Michelle. Back to you, Michelle.
We have one question from Bulgaria. How do you define the number of influencers to work with for each campaign? Do you target a specific coverage of the targeted audience?
Okay. The question is quite broad, but I'll try to answer it. It all depends. I guess it starts with, since budgets are always finite, so it starts with your budget, and different markets will have different pricings when it comes to influencer. But I always in the opinion that we don't have to go for the mega stars, the one with the millions and millions of followers, unless, let's say for example, I'm just plucking from thin air. Let's say if you're China, right? You have volume, you have the budget, you can go crazy with that. If not, it's always good to look into the biggest. When I say the biggest in your market, probably some markets influencer landscape are quite advanced. You have influencer that has followers that are up to 200, 300, 500,000, like Malaysia does. So then it's a good combination to look for some of these macro ones to achieve the reach that is your target audience, but at the same time combined with some long tail influencer, we call them the micro or even the nano influencers, which perhaps 50,000 followers and below. Now, how we do it here, for different brands we have different strategy, but in general, it's always a combination between the macro influencer to build the association, like, hey, our brand is associated. Think of them as your mini ambassador, your mini Blackpink or your mini Justin Bieber, right? To build the association and also to build the brand imagery, the brand affiliation, and also the brand affinity. But at the same time, when it comes to campaigns, you have tactical campaign, you really want to drive volume, then go for the long tail. And sometimes I always find that the long tail influencer would drive better conversion, but don't quote me on that. It's just, we just see that because the smaller influencer, think of it as when you see a friend that come and recommend to you, hey Michelle, you gotta try out this new phone, or you gotta try out this bottle of wine or whatsoever. Most likely you would listen to them more. So hence, that's our hypothesis when it comes to the long tail, the micro and macro influencer. And with that, you should be able to determine the group of influencers or the number of influencers that you want to have.
Is there any other question? Okay, so I acknowledge the sound was not very bad. I think there were two microphones, and your microphones, Leonard, was not very active. So I think you've used the other microphone next to the control desk, but fine. So we will try to register the next session on Thursday. So, and we will post this next to the materials. So we have the very last sessions on Thursday, 10 a.m. Continental European time.
Yep.
If this helps, and then we will record it and repost everything on TeamSpace on the link which I've provided. Thanks, Leonard. Thanks, everybody, and have a good day. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. And thanks, everybody. Have a great day ahead. Bye.
Hi, my name is Alan. I have been in the ad industry for the past 40 years. But today, I think I have finally found my first love, a virtual live streaming platform. We have often been asked, how far can you take virtual live streaming? My answer would be as far as your imagination can take you. With today's technology, we are able to do things we couldn't yesterday. Let my production team demonstrate to you what can be done. Take it, Uncle.
Okay, thank you, boss. At the current situation of pandemic, online training is a go. Of course, we can have a fancy thing like this. And like this. Oh, slow. And like this. Whatever you can imagine. And we can do it any way you want. Okay, wait. Hello, Habibi? Yeah. No, I'm working, I'm in the studio. Wait, someone is coming. I got to go, okay.
Can I move now?
Wait. Okay, you can come up. Okay, wait. You continue. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, I'm Shelley. I'm hands-on in the events industry for the past 15 years. Let me make use of this technology to make your dream launch, events, or a show a reality. We own a multi-purpose hall big enough for a car to be driven in. Making the best of a physical space and virtual streaming to bring you to the next level. To me, everything has a solution, no matter how complicated the situation is.
The music industry has changed in the past few months. The new normal has caused so much hardship. But don't worry, the new technology that we have developed can solve a lot of this problem. The solution, do it with virtual live streaming.
Reno, is there anything else a singer can do?
Yes, of course.
Internet no good? Okay, I go offline.
I have my own live streaming, catering for customers to shop online while being entertained. You are always welcome to watch my live streaming channel, The Shopping Station, 购物火车站.
Give us a call and let's have coffee and talk.